Hi, I'm Amanda Jane Woodall and welcome to my fashion school. Today we are going to look into a controversial fashion story which involves conspiracy and cults gaining it widespread media attention. A Soviet fairy tale turned tragedy. It's Ruslana Korshunova. Ruslana Korshunova was born on the 2nd of July 1987 and she was raised in humble roots in Kazakhstan, and she lived with her parents and her brothers in the capital city of Almaty until her father sadly passed away in 1992 when she was just 5 years old. Ruslana was very intelligent and she spoke multiple languages such as German, Russian, Kazakh and British. And she went to a good school and planned to go to university so that she could become a professional and send money back home to her parents. But in 2003, her life took an unexpected turn when she was spotted by the Models 1 agencies while she appeared in a magazine with her German language club and was featured by All Asia magazine. Ruslana was considered classically beautiful with perfectly symmetrical and balanced features, and she had very long hair which saw her nicknamed the Russian Rapunzel. And she began to become noticed in the fashion industry and flew to London for agency castings, and she secured agency with IMG New York, Paris, Milan and London, as well as Traffic Models Barcelona, and her mother agency was iCasting Moscow. At 5'8", she stood out as a commercial model who could be used to sell products and define brands, and she was hailed by British Vogue as the face to watch in 2005. With her modelling career going well, she started to do advertisements for Vera Wang, Dior and Kenzo. She featured on the front cover of British and Russian Vogue and French Elle and walked many runway shows. But her defining moment in her modelling career came when she was selected for the TV advertisement for Nina Ricci's Enchanting Apple perfume, which saw her as a fairy tale princess chasing the Nina Ricci apple. As a new young model, she had been really uninterested in the party lifestyle. She liked going to bed early and writing poetry. But after her TV stardom, she became involved in the world of Russian millionaires, luxury yachts, and celebrity islands. Yes, that island. And it wasn't long before she became romantically involved with a millionaire tycoon, and she planned her life ahead of her, marriage and children and a luxury lifestyle. But actually he was a well-known playboy and he dumped Ruslana and she was ordered never to speak to him again. And at this time, Ruslana's career also took a bit of a downward spiral, and the rejection and depression made her seek help from the controversial methods of self-development group, the Rose of the World. Rose of the World was a Moscow-based group that worked on the teachings of Danil Andreev, and he believed in uniting all the world's religions and included karma and reincarnation as part of his teaching. The group had originally been in America in the 80s under the name of Life Springs, but they went bankrupt when they were sued by their members for causing them mental distress. The cult was researched by Peter Pomerantev, a British journalist who actually joined the cult, and he noted elements of dehumanization in their practices, including putting the members under high amounts of stress by shouting and confusing them. Alongside her model friend Anastasia Drokstova, Ruslana attended the course for 3 months, paying $300 per session. And during her experience, she was exposed to humiliation and was forced to recall her most tragic memories. And friends noticed a drastic change in Ruslana's behaviour. She became agitated and prone to kind of volatile outbursts, but then would swing to being very reclusive and depressed. And she concerned people because she actually lost a lot of weight at this time and started posting on social media about feeling helpless and lost. On the 27th of June 2008, Ruslana took part in a photography shoot on a New York rooftop with photographer Eric Heck, and he described her as being a timeless beauty. She then spent time with a partner watching the classic 90s movie Ghost before returning to her Manhattan apartment. And it was on Water Street, which is in the financial district, and so was quite a rare residential building in the area. It was passed down from model to model who worked in New York, and because Ruslana travelled a lot for work, she didn't actually have very many personal belongings there. On the morning of the 28th, Ruslana reached out to a friend through a phone call, but sadly her friend actually missed that call. At 2:30, residents heard a loud thud and they thought it was a car accident, but then they found that Ruslana had actually jumped or fallen from the 9th story of the building complex, and sadly she passed away from her injuries. On investigation of the scene, police found that there was no note found. There was no evidence of a stranger being there or any foul play, and so they ruled this that Ruslana had actually taken her own life. Her family and friends were just left in a state of shock because she had actually made plans to see them that day, and she had made further work schedules for modelling jobs and travel, and her family just refused to believe the verdict of this case to this day because they say that she had no turmoil in her life and she had plans to return to education. Unexplained circumstances regarding this incident have led to a global conspiracy about the case, with many people refusing to believe the police's verdict on what happened. It was unusual for Ruslana to have jumped from a part of the building where she would have had to have cut a construction safety net. And also it appeared very unnatural how she had fallen 8.5 meters away from the building. The concierge of the building also described how since the last time he had seen Ruslana to the full, her hair appeared to be considerably shorter, and this was actually confirmed by a mortician who said that her hair was in such a broken state that she actually offered the family to fit a wig. Rumours began to circulate that Ruslana had been in some financial difficulty, with it coming out in reports that Ruslana had actually attempted to sue her agency for withholding her earnings. Suspicions rose about the Rose of the World cult, especially with the allegations from its former members. And in a tragic aftermath, model Anastasia Drokstova, who had attended the cult with Ruslana, actually also lost her life through scarily similar circumstances. Despite the conversation surrounding this incident, the verdict still stands to this day. And this highlighted a problem in the fashion industry. as it had become very popular to recruit models from Russia and the former Soviet Union, with 50% of top models being from this region. Their selection by agents is often seen as a dream come true and a way for them to lead a decent life. But actually, once they are taken to another country, they are often left alone in big cities without their families, and this leaves them open to physical, emotional, and financial abuses. Former model Elena Obakova spoke out in the industry about how she had experienced being a fashion model in Milan and had a similar incident to Ruslana at that time. She's now a psychologist and has opened a counselling centre for models facing these specific issues. And I would actually advocate that every single global modelling agencies should open a centre like this so that they are doing their absolute best to support young, vulnerable people. It's Korshunova. Ruslana. No, that's the other way around.